Hello there. Thanks so much for joining me today. I'm Colleen Klimczak. I'm an organizational and productivity coach and a certified professional organizer. I own Peace of Mind Professional Organizing, LLC. Since 2003, I've been helping my clients live better lives through organizing and organizational and productivity coaching. I support my clients and my community with coaching, in-person and virtual organizing, my weekly podcast called Your Organized Life with Colleen Klimczak, a free weekly virtual productivity session called Finish Line Friday, a free weekly email newsletter, and regular content on Facebook and Instagram. I also offer presentations and professional development to groups and companies. And coming in 2025, I will be launching a membership circle to support my community with even more coaching and productivity content. Want to finish strong this week? Join me for Finish Line Friday every Friday morning at 9 a.m. Central for a 2-hour productivity session. Drop me an email at colleen@peaceofmindpo.com to request my Zoom room link, or follow the Zoom room link on my Instagram or Facebook pages. Welcome to Your Organized Life, episode 110. I sat down in my office to write this content today, and the first quote I saw said, "Be an encourager. The world has enough critics already." That is the truth, right? And I love it because I'm always trying to be an encourager, but especially today. This episode will drop at the very end of 2024, and this is an excellent opportunity to reflect on 2024 and set intentions as we look ahead to 2025, to look forward and step confidently into the new year. As we review and preview, I suggest asking yourself a couple of questions. These questions woke me up this morning around 2 a.m., and I liked them, so I'm sharing them with all of you. Here they are. What did you do this year? What did you learn this year? And how did you grow this year? Here is how this review of 2024 process looked for me, and I ask you to consider how it will look for you. Looking back at what I did this year, I found it helpful to start with my calendar. That gave me, at least in broad strokes, what I accomplished in 2024. In January, I gave 9 presentations, the most I have ever given in 1 month on organizing. I started the year strong. I met and shared organization with many great people. I helped them to take care of their projects in 2024 and, I hope, beyond. Also in January, I started working on a project with my national association, NAPO, the National Association of Productivity and Organizing Professionals, found at napo.net, as a subject matter expert to create the Certified Professional Organizer exam prep course. This was a great experience that I was involved with until June, and it also helped me get more involved in other areas of NAPO in 2024. In February, I continued to teach and also had the first of 2 basal cell carcinomas removed. The surgery was more extensive than anyone expected, so I then hibernated for a few weeks to heal. In March, a loved one had an emergent health issue that consumed a lot of time and energy. It is well managed now. My middle son started his 3rd season with his theater, and I attended the first of many shows for him this year. In April, nothing specific stood out. I worked, I taught, I served my community through ministry, and my service on my local Board of Ed. In May, my youngest son finished his 2nd year of college, and we moved him home. We traveled to Baltimore with the grandparents and attended my niece's wedding, and I arrived home in time to deliver the commencement speech for the 8th grade graduation in my role as Board of Education president. In June, the NAPO SME work completed. Woot woot. Some health issues for loved ones kept us occupied, and I attended a conference for Board of Education presidents. In July, we spent a week in Michigan. We visited people and people visited us. In August, we moved son 3 back to college to his first apartment. I had the 2nd basal cell carcinoma removed. We flew to Massachusetts and New Hampshire to what has become our favorite music event of the year. And I pursued testing for an ADHD diagnosis. In September, I continued to heal from my surgery. I presented at a conference, and I also attended my first conference with the Institute for Challenging Disorganization in Minnesota. In October, I celebrated my birthday. Fall is my favorite. I received my ADHD diagnosis, and I also dealt with a GI infection that laid me flat out for a few weeks. In November, I attended my annual Illinois Association of School Boards conference, and we celebrated Thanksgiving with family. And then here we are in December. Advent and the holidays, service in my community, so much music, so much family time. So thank you for listening to my recap. I was glad to work through that as I wrote this morning. More importantly, though, what does your done list look like? It's easy to sit and wonder where on earth the time went. And some days when we might be feeling down or being hard on ourselves, it would be easy to say that you didn't accomplish anything, or at least not much this year. And this is where I will gently challenge you. If you need to compile your own list of accomplishments, start with your calendar or your email sent folder. I was proud of myself as I wrote down my accomplishments this morning. I did more than I thought I did, and that shift to a clearer perspective was helpful for me. What does your done list look like? We start with what did we do, and then we move on to what did we learn? So what did you learn in 2024? For me, in the midst of milestones, I learned a lot too. I met new people. I worked with new and existing clients on in-person organizing and also coaching. I learned more about coaching to be a better coach. I attended concerts, lots of concerts, and immersed myself in the music of independent artists that we follow. I also learned new music for myself for performance sake, and I always appreciate that professional challenge. I prioritized my professional learning. I read books, attended conferences, and earned dozens of continuing education hours to increase my skills and knowledge in organizing, productivity, and coaching. I certainly learned more about myself through my own medical procedures, the medical challenges of loved ones, and pursuing my ADHD diagnosis. I learned even more patience, resilience, and compassion. There are specific topics that I learned about because I sought them out. Learning is seeking new information and incorporating it, doing something with the learning, making it a part of us and our day-to-day lives, making it meaningful. So what was that for you this year? What did you learn? And all the doing and the learning leads to growth. I have grown this year. I bet you have as well. I've met awesome people. I've helped others in big and small ways. I have expanded my knowledge and I have gained new skills and perspectives. I'm better than I was a year ago. So first step, recap 2024 for yourself. And then we look to 2025 and we ask the same questions. What do you want to do this year? What do you want to learn this year? And how do you want to grow this year? So let's set those intentions for ourselves now. The looking back at 2024 helps us to see more clearly as we set a course for 2025. What do you want to do in 2025? Do you want to travel? Get a new job or advance in your current role? Spend more time with family? Spend more time alone? Get fit, relax, write a novel, read a novel? I don't know. What does it look like for you? Personally, I already have some events on the calendar for 2025. We hope to head to Florida in February with family. I'll attend a professional conference in March. May brings the graduation for both a niece and a nephew in Michigan. And it also brings the end of my elected term with the Board of Ed. So I've been imagining how I can continue to serve my community after that. I have presentations booked until November. And I'm anxiously awaiting the touring schedules for the bands we follow to put their local shows on my calendar. So next up, what do you want to learn? Are there subject matters that you want to learn about? Other people you want to learn about? Do you want to learn more about yourself? For me, there are books I want to read. I own them already. I just need a habit and routine around reading them. I read voraciously, but I read fiction. So I promise I will make progress on my nonfiction reading list in 2025. And that will help me learn and therefore grow. We do things, we learn new things, and incorporate the new knowledge, and we grow. We can't help but grow. I Google searched for a quote this morning, and I found two that I'm going to share right now. So the first is the one I was actually looking for by an author named Charles Jones. You are the same today that you're going to be 5 years from now, except for two things: the people with whom you associate and the books you read. Again, that was by Charles Jones. I also found this more lengthy quote, but I really liked it. And this is by a gentleman named Jack Vanek. You are the books you read, the films you watch, the music you listen to, the people you meet, the dreams you have, the conversations you engage in. You are what you take from these. You are the sound of the ocean, the breath of fresh air, the brightest light, and the darkest corner. You are a collective of every experience you've had in your life. You are every single second of every single day. So drown yourself in a sea of knowledge and existence. Let the words run through your veins and let the colors fill your mind until there's nothing left to do but explode. There are no wrong answers. Inspiration is everything. Sit back, relax, and take it all in. Now go out and create something. Because of course you're going to grow. You're going to incorporate those new things and do things in new ways that are uniquely your own. This week, look back and recap 2024 and look ahead with me to 2025. Let's set our intentions. On December 31st, 2025, what do you want to be able to tell me about? A couple weeks ago, I talked about stress management. I asked you to consider what you want to do more of and go do it. So do, learn, and grow in 2025. And let's work through it together. Feel free to drop me an email or private message me in my socials about your intentions, and I will hold space for you and your intentions in 2025. Maybe I'll even check in a few months and see how you're doing. Today, I am wishing you the happiest and most joyful 2025, and I can't wait to interact more with you. That is definitely one of my intentions. Support around doing and learning and growing is what productivity coaching is all about. If it is time to invest in yourself and explore coaching for organizing and productivity, I would love to hear from you. Drop me a line via email at colleen@peaceofmindpo.com or message me through my social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, or LinkedIn. Thanks so much, and talk to you next week.